went on a date with my ex because I was hungry. So let's talk about that.
People, they change. I don't really change, man. I'ma stay the same, fam. People,
Flashback. I think it's like October. Maybe 2018, I think. I'm thinking. I don't know. That's not really that important. But there was this guy. We weren't exes yet. But. So there was this guy. Was messaging me like nonstop on Instagram, Snapchat, saying, "You're really pretty. Can I take you out on a date?" And I just kept kind of ignoring him or saying, I'm really not ready to be in a relationship right now. Because being my first ex-fiance, we broke up. And I just, Anyways, one day, I must have been bored, lonely. I have no idea what was going on in my mind, right? And I'm looking through Snapchat, and I see this kid. I called him a kid. He's not a kid, but you know what I mean. I saw him post on his Snapchat story a picture of a kid. That's where I was going with it. A picture of a kid that said, "This kid thinks that Paramore sucks." And that really resonated with me because I think that Paramore sucks. I absolutely do. Don't at me. They suck. Anyways, I slide up on his Instagram story, as one does, and I said, he's completely right. Paramore sucks. And we get into this whole conversation about music, and the idiot that I am says, "So when are we going to hang out?" I must have been that desperate. Anyways, fast forward 2 days, maybe, and he comes over to my house. And, this guy walks up to my door, and he looks like a hobo, dressed in like some gray sweatpants, a gray sweatshirt, and a baseball hat, like a grout fit, And it's just, why would you wear that when you're going to someone's house? I don't know. So we go in my basement, we talk about music. I don't know what else we talked about, but I distinctly remember him saying that the U.S. would benefit from some type of controlled communism. And I think I called him a dumbass. And for some reason, when he left, he still wanted to go out on a date with me. And the dumbass that I am said, "Yeah, sure, I'll go out on a date with you." So I got all dressed up nice. I wore some of my mom's like high heel black boots that go up past the knee. I tried very hard for this. I wore a very nice dress, put my makeup on really nice, and he picked me up and he gave me a rose. That was kind of sweet. I'll admit, it was a little sweet there. But takes me to a nice restaurant, and that was fine. But I was finally getting sick of the guy afterwards because he wouldn't leave my house. Yeah. I only went because of the free food. I didn't want to go for any other reason. So you want to know what I did after that? I put on a really sad movie, one that you probably never heard of, called Legend of the Fall. And I thought in that 3-hour movie, he would want to leave. He did not leave. I think I ended up falling asleep. But anyways, he still wanted to hang out with me, and he kept coming back. That's just dumb. I was really dumb with that. And I don't think he caught on that I only went out on a date with him for free food. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of maybe a little shitty on my part, but now I don't think so, because this guy was a big piece of shit, which we'll definitely get into later. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Darren?
I think that he was perfectly fine in his willingness. I thought it was cool that in his will. I thought he was cool in his willingness to sit through the movie, and he was obviously he was into you, and apparently you weren't, but I don't think that's necessarily his fault that things didn't work out in that sense. I guess I don't know how they didn't work out. Why didn't things work out with this person?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked that, Darren. Number one thing that I wanna touch base on before we get into how shitty he is that ladies, one way that you can get rid of a man, maybe about 90% of the time, is to put on a very sad, fucked up movie. It didn't work this time, but it's definitely worked for me another time. Try watching The Boy in the Striped Pajamas with a date. You'll thank me later. But anyways, what Darren said, well, the reason why, this guy and I didn't work out in the end is because eventually he'd slap me across the face and run me over with his car. But we'll get into that at a later time. Does that answer your question?
Damn, yes it did.
Yeah. All right, so that's what you're going to be able to expect from this podcast. The Sad Girl Next Door podcast, hosted by me, Tay or Taylor, Hagemann, however you know me. That voice that you heard, that is Darren. He's going to be around for everything, basically. He basically runs the show around here. I just sit here and look pretty. Anyways, things are going to look a little bit different in these upcoming episodes. We're going to get a new desk, a new chair. I wonder if you notice here my little pet skeleton that we don't have a name for yet, but I don't even know if it's a he or a she. Darren, what do you think? It has wings.
I think wings are they transcend the male or female. What would you call it? That's sex, right? I think they transcend sex, so I think it could be either or.
You think it could be either or? Yeah. It looks very just, basic. Maybe we'll just call it a he. I think it's going to be a he. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling, but me and a future guest we'll probably name that. But yes, speaking of guests, that's what that chair right there is for, which I think we're going to switch chairs because I'm getting a different one. So this nicer chair that I'm sitting on will probably be right there. But, basically what you're going to get from this podcast is crazy stories from me, a sad girl, the best way to describe me. And then we'll get some other stories from fellow sad girls and sad boys, and we'll just maybe be a little self-deprecating while we're at it. It's my favorite thing to do, is just be self-deprecating. But it's okay. It's all in good fun. This is going to be chaotic, but chaos is my middle name. So if you like the chaos of this story and want to hear other ones just like it, like this video. You can also comment down below. And also, if you want to send in your own sad story for me to read here on the show, there'll be an email linked right down below. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Taylor Hagemann, and I am the Sad Girl Next Door.
People always hit me with, hey man, you changed. People always hit me with, hey man, you changed. People always hit me with, hey man, you changed.